Hey guys, it is Deborah. Today we are going to be practicing pelvic stability. Now, the main muscle we are going to be honing in and isolating is called the gluteus medius muscle. This muscle connects right underneath the glute maximus, which is the main muscle in the butt, and it runs along the upper side of the hip. It is primarily responsible for abducting the hip, which is bringing the leg on out to the side of the body, but it also works in coordination with our IT band, which runs along the side of our leg connecting to our knee, and the upper part of the IT band, the TFL muscle, the tensor fasciae latae, to not only rotate the hip, but then stabilizing the hip in a standing position. So it is a very critical muscle in order to keep strong so that we can maintain that sense of stability. All right, this is a 15-minute long workout. We have 8 moves. The first 5 moves we're going to be doing on one side, then we're going to flip on over, do those same 5 moves on the second side, and then ending with the final 3 moves on our back. So that's right, the entirety of this workout is weightless and done on the ground here. Now, there is a side note. Just do know that this is a very weak area in my own body. For those of you that do know me, know that I have a pretty severe hip injury. My hips are twisted, and these are ongoing exercises I have done throughout my lifetime and in and out of PT, and as I continue to rehab post-physical therapy. So don't be surprised if you see me struggling as well. All right, well, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. Roll out your mat. We're gonna come all the way on down to the side of our body, extending the bottom leg. If you wanna keep your arm, rest your head down, that is fine. I like to keep my hand right behind my head to support it. The key for these first 5 moves is going to be maintaining the hips in a perpendicular position to our mat, okay? I don't want you leaning back like this. I don't want you leaning forward. That just indicates instability. So in order to become stable, we're gonna need to contract the muscles all around the hip region, especially as we isolate this muscle so that we can maintain this perpendicular position. The top leg we're going to bend at 90 degrees, and then we're going to lower on down, tapping. These are our side-lying clamshells, and lifting all the way on up. It's not a big movement, okay? It's a small isolated movement. You're going to begin to start feeling the muscle along this upper side of your hips, okay? We have 1 minute per move, and the timer has begun. And we're going to lift and lower. Now, the goal is not to go real fast in any of these exercises. I want you to instead drop into your body and begin to feel this muscle contracting as you essentially abduct the leg away from the midline. All right? If you need to close your eyes to help yourself drop into your body, that is absolutely fine. I'm going to keep mine open so I can watch you, because you're doing great. Lifting on up, and then coming back on down. And up. I don't know if you guys can hear it out there, but it is a pretty busy day where I'm living here in Boston. Maybe you can't hear it, but I can hear all of the trucks and motorcycles. We're going to keep a 90-degree angle. We're going to lift that leg up and down. You're not moving the knee back. You're keeping a 90-degree angle, lifting straight on up to the ceiling. You got it beautiful. You feel that muscle right away, don't you? Because I know I do. It's saying hello. All right, and now again, you're trying to not allow the hips to fall back or forward. So continue to squeeze all the muscles in and around the hips. My toes are fluttering because these muscles are so weak. All right, keep going. Up and down. I am fatiguing, and this is good. I'm not going to move through. Again, it's not a big range of motion. You're just moving through your 2 end ranges, so it's mobility work, but it's done in an isolated manner. Flex your foot, extend the leg, lift from the heels, lift back. We're going to do our triangle taps. Tapping forward, lifting back. This is a move because we're bringing in more movement into the leg where the hip can begin to fall back. So again, perpendicular, squeezing, activating this muscle. Can you feel it? Yeah. So play with that. And when I mean play, say play with it, feel as you lift your leg and extend it back, this muscle engaging, and then as you lower again to lift back on up. Yeah, beautiful, you got it. Isn't this fun? I can tell I am pretty fatigued. Like I said, this is a very weak area on my body. We're gonna make small circles. We're gonna move backwards. Small circle. Again, leading with the heel, not moving the pelvis, just moving the leg. Using the muscle to help you feel stable. Now I can, just by doing this, I can feel my pelvis fighting me a little bit on it as I move my leg. So already right away I can see the impact of my hip injury. I'm not going to fight it so much as I'm going to work within my limitation. I don't have big circles. I don't intend to have big circles. I intend to be able to safely navigate my physical limitation as I build strength, and that's what I want for you. Okay, keep going. Back, back. All right, now we're gonna come up to either a modified side plank where you can begin to lift your hips off the ground. Again, squeezing, you're gonna feel the activation more in the bottom glute medius. That's fine. You're still lifting your hips to the ceiling, rooting down shoulder over your elbow. If you wanna go a little bit more advanced from here, you can come up to a full side plank. Again, you're still lifting the hips to the ceiling. That's gonna help take the pressure off of your shoulder. But if you're not ready for this, just come back on down to the modified plank position. We're still working. Think about rooting into your heels and lifting from that glute medius, the upper side of your hip. You are gonna use your abs to stay engaged, your obliques, that's fine. You're also using this muscle. Beautiful, guys, keep going. Feel strong, feel able. Come all the way down. We have a 10-second break while we switch and flip on over to our second side. Get yourself comfortable. We're gonna come back to those sideline clamshells. When you are ready, begin to lift and lower. This is my weaker side, so I'm interested to see how I do. I'm gonna need the support of my hand in the front here for additional support as I move through these exercises. I don't have as big of a range of motion. Range of motion. There is a range of emotions that go along with unstable hips. But ultimately, when I do these exercises, I always feel good and I always feel proud of myself because sometimes there are just things out of our control and all I can do is show up for myself in the capacity that I can, my awareness around protecting myself. We're gonna go to those fire hydrants now. Remember, you're not bringing your leg back here. You're keeping it 90 degrees and lifting. Whew, this is a killer one. Keep going, lift up. But as I was saying, I always just end up feeling so proud of myself and so empowered to know that there are things I can do to continue to heal myself. And that helps me get out of the comparison game because the fact of the reality is that I can't keep up with most fitness instructors, which is why I've created Aline Postures here to be able to help us all get to that point where we get stronger, we get fitter, and we can go on and improve our athleticism, or we can just return to normal day activities, allowing us to do whatever it is we need to do. Oh my goodness, that one's intense. Lifting the heels, our triangles now. Ooh. This is a tough one on this side for me. I have to concentrate. Back and up. If you have a higher range of motion in terms of lifting your leg, by all means, that's fine. But again, you're still drawing back so we can activate this glute medius muscle. And the way that my hip is twisted, this is a hard muscle for me to get on this side. Keep my hips perpendicular. But there we go, I got it right there. Whew. When you get that muscle activated, man, does that feel like work. You feel me? Yeah, keep going. You guys are doing so good. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for joining me here today. I feel less alone in having to do my rehabilitation exercises. All right, small circles, going backwards. Again, my hip is fighting me on this to want to turn. This is my weaker side, so making sure my thigh bone is in socket. I'm hitting move a little bit so I'm not hitting my stability ball back there. All right, there we go. I can feel that kick in. All right, you guys still with me? So as you can see, there's small adjustments that you have to make. The more you learn about your physical limitations, the more you can learn about what incorrect movement patterns you have developed, and then you can rework the reverse of them so that you can begin to develop healthy movement patterns. And that just takes time. You can't do that overnight. It takes time, it takes discipline, dedication, but they do. Your body begins to recognize new movement patterns, and that's how you end up getting stronger. We're gonna come up to our side plank. Again, shoulder over elbow. If you need to be here, the key is not leaning forward or leaning back. We're into that position, lifting the hips, engaging that glute medius, extending on out if you are ready, lifting the hips. Again, also takes the pressure off the shoulder, but you do need the obliques to help use a shelf, and you do need your abs, your transverse abs, to help you keep the spine protected as you hold yourself in this position. Flex your feet, it's gonna help you activate. You'll feel now the IT band as well as the glute medius in this type of position. You're doing great. Beautiful, guys. All right, come all the way on down. Take a 10-second break to come on down to our backs. We're gonna lift on up to a bridge position. I wanna make sure that your hips again are neutral. You're not side to side, which happens to me a lot. We're gonna lift down and up, down and up. Now again, try not to thrust your thigh bone out of socket. You're lifting from the glutes, squeezing them if you need to put your hands here to help build that mind-body connection. That's fine. You don't need to move super fast, especially as you are learning your own movement patterns. As you begin to get more familiar, you can begin to work deeper into your speed, so long as you're not compromising the integrity of what this posture is trying to build. All right, you still with me? Yeah. Come on now, we only have a few more moves left. You're doing great. Up, up. All right, now we're going to stay in our bridge position, lifting one leg and down and up. If you need to extend the leg, that's fine. But extending the leg has a lot more to do with flexibility. If you want it to be here, that's good too. Either way, you're on one leg, lifting up and down. And this is a lot. I can tell my pelvis is wanting to move. So back to concentrating. I find this position is best for me. Squeezing the glutes. Not allowing that pelvis to drop. And up, up, up. You got it. Keep going. My glute is on fire. Second side, fresh butt cheek, and lift, lift. I feel like no matter how many times I do this move, my glute is always on fire when it comes to it. But I guess that's a good thing. You got it, your choice. You can keep the leg on out. You can bring the leg on up, or you can bend like I am. Keep lifting. Squeeze muscle to bone. Activate those glutes. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. All right, now we're gonna drop down, open the legs, soles of the feet together. We're gonna do glute frog bridges, lifting on up. Again, squeezing those glutes. I like this one better. Do you? All right, last 2 minutes, okay? So you're gonna have to let me know in the comments what summer plans you're having, because it's summer here in Boston, as you can probably hear all the motorcycles outside. What do you have planned going on? What activities are you doing? Walking, running, swimming? I want to know. I do a lot of walking, which is also why it's so important to have pelvic stability. It really is a hip mobilization workout. But yeah, let me know in the comments what do you have planned for the summer. And our final move, we're gonna come on down, bring the feet on out to the sides of our mat. And we're going to lift on up to bridge and lift the legs on out to the sides. All right. Still squeeze those glutes, abducting the legs. You got it. Whew, I like this one. One of my favorite moves. Now just pulse. Pulse until the end. Pulse. Ooh, you feel that? Come on, keep going. Pulse away. We're almost there. Little pulses until the end. Keep that pelvis stable. Squeeze those glutes. You got it. Beautiful, guys. Come on, keep going. And we are done. Lower your glutes. Let's bring the knees all the way into the sides of the body. Tuck into a position. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Let that go. Let's come into a figure 4 position. If you want to draw the leg all the way on up, that's fine. I'm not feeling that for me today. My hips are just so twisted. Oh man. I wonder when in life I'll get to a point where they feel more stable and I can keep both my thigh bones in their respective socket at once. I can't wait for that day. All right, inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. We're gonna go ahead and switch to the second leg. Oh, I keep hitting my phone. All right. Notice maybe any different on either side. Again, for me, it's always finding that stability where I keep both thigh bones in socket. You may or may not be at the same severity of hip condition. Once you do find your sweet spot in your figure 4 stretch, if you wanted to come up into a deeper variation, you can. Drawing your hands in between your legs. You got it. Doesn't feel good after all of that work. Beautiful, guys. I'm gonna come back down because my hips are still not, my hips are feeling pretty funky today. All right. Breathing in through your nose. Out through your mouth. All right, and let's come all the way on up. Great job, everyone. Give your booty a nice pat. Congratulations, I am so proud of yourself. Go ahead and give this video and yourself a thumbs up for making it through that work, for doing all of that very important body conditioning work. So I appreciate you joining me here today. I know my body needs it, and I hope your body gets a lot out of that too. And don't forget to subscribe to Aline Postures. Again, the whole reason why I've created this channel is to help folks like myself and you who can't keep up with regular fitness instructors but want to be able to condition their bodies in a way to grow stronger and return to normal everyday activities, and also improve their athleticism if that is a desire. So I appreciate you being with me here today. I love you all so much, and I will see you in the next workout. Bye.